Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to study risk and return of individual companies as well as of portfolios. Before discussing about the risk and return, it is necessary to explain that what is the investment. Investment is a current commitment of a thing having some monetary value for a period of time in order to drive future payments that will compensate the time the funds are committed, the expected rate of inflation, and uncertainty of future cash flows. From the definition, it is clear that we need some monetary assets to invest. It can be property, it can be land, it can be building, it can be furniture, or any assets that can be converted into some monetary value. And investment will be for a specific time period. It can be 1 day, 1 month, 1 year, 10 years, 50 years, or even 1 minute. And the purpose will be to draw future payments that will compensate from the time the funds are committed, inflation, and risk. The time the funds are committed is the basic rate of exchange between current consumption and the future consumption. In other words, it is the reward of delaying current consumption for a future consumption. Normally, people delay their current consumption for a more or a higher future consumptions. People also invest to compensate their funds from the expected rate of inflation and uncertainty of the future cash flows. We can measure returns by using three broader categories. These are historical rate of returns, average rate of return, and expected rate of return. Historical rate of returns are holding period return and holding period yield. The period during which you own an investment is called its holding period, and the return for that period is the holding period return. We can compute it by using a formula that is ending value of the investment plus dividends divided by beginning value of the investments. A value of HPR greater than 1 indicates that you have earned some profits, and a value less than 1 means you have lost your wealth. A value of equal to 0, it means you have completely lost your funds. Holding period return cannot be in negative. Either you will earn profit, either you will lose your investment. HPR will be positive in all cases. Then the next measure is holding period yield. Now we are going to apply these concepts on our selected companies. In earlier video, we have discussed that how we can download stock market related data from Business Recorder website. We have downloaded data for the three companies MLCF, NML, and Atak Petroleum Limited. I have selected these companies from the different sectors to show you that how we can create portfolios by using different sectors. If we see the security prices or data that we have downloaded earlier today, it includes dates, opening price, higher price, low, closing, average, turnover, and LDCP. And similarly, it includes dividends, that is here in yearly form, cash dividend, bonus, and right shares. Similarly, same data is available for NML and Atak Petroleum Limited. We have downloaded data on yearly basis from 2012 to 2020. For next steps, I will create a new sheet and name is at final data, and copy my required data into this sheet. I will copy dates column and then the closing prices. For each company, we will use closing share prices and cash dividends of the companies. And I pasted here closing prices of MLCF. So name it as MLCF. Similarly, I will copy dividends and transfer it to the final sheet. And in the same step, we will copy closing prices of NML and dividends. In the last step, we will copy closing prices of Attack Petroleum and their cash dividends, and name this cell as NML and Attack. For holding period return, the formula is ending value of the investments plus dividends divided by beginning value of the investments. To compute holding period return, I will create a new row to write holding period return HPR, and similarly I will write here MLCF plus NML and Attack. To write formula, I will press equal to sign and bracket start MLCF closing prices of 2020 plus dividends divided by beginning price, that is the closing price of 2019, and I will copy this formula till the end of the years. In the last year we have no beginning value, so there will Excel will show an error and I will delete this from here. In the same step we will compute return for NML equal to bracket start closing price of 2020 plus dividends divided by beginning value, and again I will copy this formula till the end of the day. Same process will be performed on Attack Petroleum equal to, then we will select closing prices plus dividends divided by beginning value. So that's the calculation of HPR. The next calculation is related about holding period yield. The formula for the holding period yield is equal to HPR minus 1. So I will copy this same way, HPY, and copy the cell names of each companies and equal to MLCF HPR minus 1, and I will copy this formula in all cells so that the HPY of each company will be computed. After computing holding period return and holding period yield for individual years, we have multiple values of HPR and HPY. So we will create average rate of return, or we will compute average rate of return of these companies so that we can get a single value that we can use or explain that this is the expected return or this is the average return that I will get from this security. Normally in mathematics, average can be computed by using different ways like arithmetic mean, geometric mean and harmonic mean. But in finance, we normally use average as arithmetic mean and geometric mean. Arithmetic mean is a sum of annual HPY divided by n, and geometric mean is the product of HPR raised to power 1 by n minus 1. So let's compute these arithmetic mean and geometric mean on our companies. So in Excel again we have data of MLCF, NML and Attack Petroleum, and this is the formula for the arithmetic mean. So in first step we will need summation HPY, sum of HPY. So I will write here sum and equal to in the next column of MLCF HPY, sum bracket start and select all values of holding period yield of MLCF. and then divide this value by n, and so our arithmetic mean will be summation this divided by. For n we have data of 9 years, but we have 8 years values of HPY. So we will consider 8 as n in our scenario. So equal to sum of HPY of MLCF divided by 8. Here we will get arithmetic mean or average rate of return. In Excel we have some built-in functions that can compute average of our values, like arithmetic mean is equal to average bracket start, and I will select HPY values, all values, and bracket close. So answer will be same in both scenarios. Either we can compute manually or by using Excel functions. If you have no idea that from where you can get these functions, you can simply click on any cell and press FX. FX will open insert function, and here you will type that what you want. So I will type here average, and Excel will recommend me that these are the functions that can be used for average. So first function is average, and here it has explanation as well. Return the average arithmetic mean of its arguments, which can be numbers or name, arrays, or references that contain numbers. Equal OK, and then Excel requires values, so I will select MLCF share prices, and then press enter and OK. So I will get the same value. So we have multiple options to compute average by using Microsoft Excel. So I will directly compute average by using insert Excel function equal to average, and select HPY values and copy this formula for the remaining cells. Our next calculation is of geometric mean, and here is a formula for the geometric mean, that is product of HPR is to power 1 by n minus 1, and I will write here GM as geometric mean equal to, and in Excel we have again built-in function for geometric mean, that is geo mean, and I will select HPR values and bracket close minus 1. So the geometric mean is 0.4102, and I will copy this formula for the next cells, and we got the arithmetic mean and geometric mean of both companies. And if I can convert these values in percentage form, so arithmetic mean for MLCF was 53%, for NML it was 52%, and for Atek Petroleum that is 63, that is highest one. And if we see geometric mean for MLCF it is 41%, for NML it is 44%, and for Atek Petroleum again it is around 60%. So from here it is clear that Atek Petroleum provides best return from these three companies, but return depends upon the risk. So without calculating risk, we cannot conclude about the returns. So in the next part of this lecture, I will teach you that how we can compute the risk of these companies.